hola, привет. This is a little bit of a different video from the norm that I normally post here, but I've got a few things to say. It's not much, but it is important, so I figured I might as well yap about it here because it involves like the videos that are on my channel. So, um, how do I put this? Lately, I've been a bit unhappy with EODLS. Not with season one, of course. Season one's perfect. Season one's fine. I mean, sure, it could use a little bit of roughness around the edges because I made it when I was like 17. But I mean, from like a standpoint looking back on it, I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's all right. But I'm unhappy with season two. Like not in a way that's like, oh, I don't like the characters or the storyline or anything. I don't really like the lore that much. Like to the point where I've like changed quite a little bit of stuff that involves Kevin's backstory. And for season two, this is a bit of an issue because his backstory is like a very large focus of season two. It's like 50% of the show. And the thing is, that backstory was actually adapted from a novel that I written that was supposed to be taken place in between season one and season two, but like whatever. It's basically it was just about Kevin's backstory and the stuff that was in that novel. I call it TDOM. It was adapted into season two. Season two was like 50% of season two was adapted from TDOM. And a short while after, I looked back on it and I was like, I don't know. I mean, I wrote this thing like way back in like early 2022, and my writing, my storytelling has improved a lot since then. And I just figured, you know what? I could improve upon this. I could improve upon this. But the problem is, season two is already completed, and I can't really. Originally, I was planning on just like rewriting Kevin's backstory and just privating all the episodes of season two and like remaking them, like not like remaking the whole thing, but like just like remaking like the bits of the backstory. But now I'm like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that because like that would mess up the viewing. That would just mess up like the episodes as a whole. That would like mess things up editing wise. And after I figured that out, I was like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that so easily. So, later, I had decided, hey, what would be better? What would be better? Making this work be a comic instead of being a like novel or like a web show or whatever. Because like very recently, after like a 7-year long burnout, I had finally started to feel like really really good about like making comics again. I had finally started to like get out of that burnout, that I've been having for like 7 years, ever since I was working on Plantai with Mob, because during that time I had made like 5 separate comics back to back to back to back to back about like lore for some characters I had helped with, and that had taken that had taken a bit of a toll on just like my like drive to really like, you know, like make comics, you know. And ever since then, I've just been into like a major burnout, and that lasted for like 7 years. And now that I'm finally ready to like make comics again, I had figured, hey, why don't we just adapt TDOM into a comic, and we go from there in regards to EODLS. And so far, in my personal opinion, the format is so much better than how it was whenever EODLS was a web show, and how like TDOM was whenever it was in it was in the state of being like a novel, you know. I've already made a really short little comic about one of my other characters, Leon, and I had done so to test the waters before making TDOM be an actual comic, you know? And that worked really well. That worked really well. And I'm personally really liking this format a lot more than how it was with TDOM being a novel, with how EODLS being a web show. So, yeah. In conclusion, Kevin's updated backstory is going to be a comic instead of being in a web show like how it was in season 2. It's going to be updated. It's going to be updated. It's going to be rewritten, and it's going to be in a comic format instead of a web show. Now, in regards to the rest of EODLS, if this comic adaptation of TDOM goes well, then the rest of the series will probably be adapted into a webcomic format as well. The web show version of Origen Shadows, it's going to be still up, but the videos themselves, they're going to be unlisted, and they're just going to be up in their respective playlists, and you can find them in the playlists folder if you ever want to watch the full series again. I've already made the first 2 chapters of Kevin's backstory available to the public. I'm still working on it, and it'll probably take me a while to complete it because because TDOM, aka the definition of malevolence, was originally a 250-page novel. So it'll probably be released in that format from now on. So if you do want to read Kevin's updated backstory, and if TDOM does well, of course, then the updated version of Origen Shadows, you can find them on either Webtoon or Tapas. I'm going to be working on the definitive version of Kevin's backstory first, and if that does well, then I'm going to work on comic versions of the updated version of Origen Shadows. So I really hope you like these definitive versions of these works. Yeah, if you want to read Kevin's updated backstory, and if you want to see the future of Origen Shadows, if TDOM does well, then you can find them on Webtoon and Tapas. So, yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys later, I guess.